Hi, contractors. Jason Speckert with Contractor Growth Engine. So happy to have you back for another training video. In this particular video, we are going to talk about the importance of having a mobile-friendly website. It is exceptionally important nowadays, and if you do not have this and you have a website, you are definitely losing visitors, searches, and potentially business by not having this correct. So I'm going to go through some quick stats. I'm not going to bore you with these. Most of you guys know this, but 89.3 billion times a month Google is visited, okay? They get 92% of the market when it comes to search engine. And out of that 89 billion, 63% of Google's US organic search traffic originates from mobile devices. Very important that you have a mobile-friendly website. And almost half of all product searches begin on Google. So if somebody's looking for a contractor, they're going to most likely probably be even higher in a percentage on that because it's not something they can just go look in a store for. They're going to have to find somebody online, or they're going to be looking in the print or whatever ads are out there, or word of mouth from their friends, whatever it may be. But I would assume it's probably even higher than 46%. Okay, so basically, what should a mobile-friendly website look like? Now, I decided to spare you guys the watching me try to pathetically draw here on a whiteboard. But the first thing you're going to want to have is a company identifier, which is the logo. And I typically put one up here in the left-hand corner if I'm building one for my client. Also, you want to have a responsive or very easy to navigate menu here, and this is what's basically like thumb ready. You click on it, and then that'll open up and then make it easy for people to look around on your website. Now, below this, typically you want to have a nice cover photo of some of your really nice work, maybe some before and after pictures to get people excited to be on the site. And within that cover, you're going to want to have some text for whatever business you're in, telling people what the website's about. Things of that nature. And then you're also going to want to have a form on here in case somebody does not want to call, or if it's late at night and they're looking around, and obviously they're not going to be able to call you, but they're going to be able to put a form fill in and you can get back to them the next day. It's exceptionally important that you have a form that's easy to navigate and also fill out so that they can get the details to you about the project they want. You're also going to want to have some properly spaced sentences. That on mobile, it sometimes shows up a little bit different than desktop, so you have to be careful about that. You also only want to have 2 to 3 sentence paragraphs just so people can get through it quicker, with kind of little headlines at the top so they can kind of scroll down, because most people just kind of scroll with their thumb. They don't want to read it all, but they want to make sure that you have everything that they may or may not need. Now, you're also going to want to have click-to-call buttons throughout the particular site. And on sites that I build, I typically have the click-to-call buttons throughout the site, but I also put on WordPress sites, it's a plugin where you can just click that button right there, and it will load the phone number in the phone, and then people can reach out to you. Also, 2 of the most important things are, if you're on WordPress or any other type of site, you want to make sure that the theme that you are using to build your site on is responsive. And basically, what that means is if you go from a desktop to a tablet, everything still shows up properly. And then if you go from the tablet down to a cell phone, you look at it on the cell phone, everything shows up the way it should. The words show up the way they should. The links aren't sitting on top of one another. Sometimes you have to adjust the line spacing a little bit just to make sure that they're not laying over the top. You just have to be very careful about it. Otherwise, you're going to have a miserable user experience for your potential customer. And last but not least, and actually probably the most important thing, is it needs to load fast. If it does not load fast, if it's got a ton of plugins, a bunch of heavy images, a bunch of other things in there, it's going to take longer to load. And if it takes a long time to load, people are going to leave. Google hates that. They're not going to put your site up in the rankings because they want their customers to have a great experience, get onto a site, find out what they need, and get off the site. So if you're wondering if your site loads fast, which is super important, there's a website here called gtmetrics.com you can go over to. And as you can see, how fast does your website load? And then basically you just put your URL in here, and then it will pump out some scores. I believe it'll pump out a desktop score about how fast it loads, and also a mobile score. So with all that said, if you have any questions below, go ahead and comment down below, put some questions down there. If you may want somebody to take a look at this for you, and you may need some help with this, go ahead and comment down below, and I'll send you a DM, and maybe we can schedule a time to get together to maybe get you some pointers and help you figure this out. Again, Jason Speckert, Contractor Growth Engine. I hope you enjoyed this content and look forward to seeing you in the next video.